first of all, yesterday when we knew some sort of decision was forthcoming, I wasn't sure. But then I saw the New Yorker article, and I said to myself, what would I do if I was presented with an article like this, if I were working on a case like this? And the answer is, good night, Vienna. There's nothing you can do about it, because the allegations were so lurid and so many that you can't, there really is no yes, but. And the question that I'm often asked is, well, what if the allegations in the story are some or all not true? And the answer is, in this climate, it doesn't matter, because no publicly traded corporation is set up to parse something like this. There is just no way. And so the answer to your question is, what do you do? Is number one, you have to sever your relationship with the person causing the trouble. In this case is Les Moonves. Second, you have these ongoing investigations from law firms like Dezenhall and Covington. We have to see what they conclude. And these are going to be interesting, because one of the things that I've found in cases like this is when you don't have hard evidence, you can always fall back on the loose area of created a culture, which is something that I don't know entirely what that means, but it's a problematic area. And the third thing is, a lot of it ultimately comes back to what is the performance of the company. There does come a point where managing the scandal itself ceases to be a crisis management strategy, and we have to see what happens operationally to the company.
I mean, this is a situation where this is not just sexual harassment. This is not just any of these issues. There is sexual assault that's been alleged in these situations. You have 6 members of the board leaving. But, I mean, this just seems...
Oh, it seems... You don't think CBS looks like they're behind the curve here? I mean, you finally read that yet? He was in the corner office as of Friday, still sitting in his desk.
Well, you know, the CBS crisis management people, and I've known some of them, these folks are the gold standard. These are the most talented people you can possibly find in the crisis business.
What,
but
are you working for them or something?
No. If I were, I couldn't be on the show. But what I'm saying, though, is you simply cannot say that this is all about the crisis management people. And to your point, one of the questions that often comes up is, are these companies behind the curve? Why can't they bounce people?
Right, and I have to say his contract in this case is the huge issue. The idea that he could have $240 million paid out no matter for cause on any of these issues put them in a crazy box.
And there is a huge tension between the legal process and the PR process. And there are certain things sometimes you have to agree to for contractual reasons, or because of the fear of going into a litigation war, and understanding at the outset that there is no way to make these things look good. But I want to come back to a point of why companies just don't get rid of people when they hear these allegations. And it's the same reason why sometimes news organizations don't immediately report on things. I've worked on cases related to things like this where it has been found. I mean, one case that I'm thinking of, it turned out one of the people making an allegation against a powerful person had gone to her friends and said, I've got a big target on the line. I could get tens of millions out of this. And what never became public is, in this particular case, this person ended up going to jail for extortion. So when you are dealing with...
You are talking about 2 situations, 2 New Yorker articles. The first one has 6 different women. This is another 6 women, all of who have gone on the record.
You don't think people at CBS knew over the years? You really don't think anybody said, well, be careful if you go into that guy's office alone? Come on.
Yeah, well, look, I do think that that's the case. And you also have situations where somebody is so successful and so powerful. And one of the most politically incorrect points of this whole issue, and you see this in any business, is if somebody is delivering results, other things tend to be swept under the carpet. But what I want to be very clear about is this whole idea that you hear all the time that everybody knew is very different from everybody had evidence that was actionable.